In today's brief video, I want to help you guys figure out exactly how much money weed addiction is costing you. And I plan on doing that by sharing with you guys personal details regarding my financial situation throughout my active weed and substance use addiction. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of AddictionMindset recovery coaching programs, which are dedicated to helping people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, substances I once struggled with. For more free and paid resources on quitting, be sure to check out the pinned comment, the video description, and the link in my profile. So the first thing I want you guys to do is get out a pen and paper or open up a Google Docs spreadsheet and start to figure out exactly how much money you're spending per week, per month, and then extrapolate that out per year on weed, nicotine, alcohol, any type of addictive substance that is no longer serving you any good. That's the first thing that I want you to figure out. And then once you figure that out, drop those numbers in the comments because I want to compare how much you're spending to how much I was spending per week, per month, and per year on these substances. I'm going to check the comments at the end of this. Now, when I wrote out my own numbers, what I learned was I was spending on average about $10 a day on nicotine, so about $300 a month on chewing tobacco and vape products. I was spending $50 a week on weed, which is about $200 a month. And then I was spending anywhere from $100 to $200 a month on alcohol and energy drink products. Now, this comes out to somewhere around the tune of $700 a month that I was spending, which over the course of a year, let's call it $7,000 a year just to make it simple. So on a black and white scenario, you could say, okay, I was losing or missing out on $7,000 a year. And let me pause right there and say this. If you're smoking weed and you're looking for a pay raise, you're looking for a bonus check come 2023, quit smoking. Quit doing drugs. It's like an instantaneous pay raise. It's like an instant bonus check to your finances, okay? But it's not that simple. It's more than that. Because I was missing out on two important aspects of finances that I wasn't thinking about. The first one, the most important one, is how much do you value your time and your energy? And how much is your time and your energy worth? Because I promise you one thing, addiction does not value your time and addiction does not value your energy. And I think this question is actually impossible to answer right now if you're stuck in active addiction, because I don't know what your energy looks like. I don't know the value of your time when you're sober. Neither do you. But I can tell you this from my personal experience. When I quit smoking weed and I had that extra money in the bank account, I started to invest it into things that could make me more money and better my financial future. That included buying a camera, buying a microphone, and getting an education on how to start a coaching business online, right? I became a certified addiction recovery coach, and this is how you wound up watching this video. So I was missing out on money from private coaching. I was missing out on money from Google AdSense, how I get paid when they run commercials on my videos. I was missing out on money through state and government contracts I've secured through my addiction recovery coaching business within the school systems. I never would have guessed in a million years that weed addiction and addiction to nicotine and other substances was costing me so much money. It was a lot more than the $7,000 a year that I was spending, right? Because it was costing me what I eventually wound up doing with my time and my energy. And there's a chance that your time and your energy is a lot more valuable than you think it is. Now, on the flip side of that, a more basic standpoint, you could also say, well, you could take that $7,000 a year, invest it into the S&P 500, get an average of, I think it's 7 to 10% returns each year on your investment. So you gain interest on that investment of $7,000 a year, right? And then you get compounding interest over all the years that you keep your money invested. So not only was I missing out on the money I was spending, on the money that I could have had been investing into a side hustle or the creation of an entirely new income stream, but I was also missing out on the money that you can receive from just relatively passive investments in safe stock options that yield you an interest return of 7 to 15% a year. I was missing out on all of those different opportunities. And I say it's not black and white on how much this addiction is costing you, because who knows what it is you would be doing with that extra money, that extra time, and that extra energy. I bring this up because addiction trains us to consume. And when you're trained to be a consumer, you are trained to spend, 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 spend. It distracts you from becoming the influencer. It distracts you from producing something. And it's when you produce, that's when you generate more income. And weed addiction for me, nicotine addiction for me, adult media content addiction for me, was preventing me from producing. And it was forcing me into the role of becoming a consumer over and over and over again. So it was costing me way more money than I ever could have had imagined it was. Now, after you figure out how much money you're spending per week, per month, per year, and you drop that in the comments below, I want you to start to think about what it is you would be doing with that money. Would you be investing it? Would you be starting a business? Would you be investing into a side hustle? And then after you figure out what it is you'd be doing with that money, I want you to start to look into how would you execute on those plans with that extra income, with that bonus check from quitting. And I want you to go through this process because this is how you get motivated. This is how you get excited about quitting smoking weed. I always tell people quitting weed is not about what you're giving up, but everything that you gain back in life. There's 3 primary reasons why people will often quit smoking. Reason number 1 is because they realize that this addiction or that weed is interfering with their future goals. They realize that there is no benefit towards achieving or accomplishing their future goals by continuing to smoke. Reason number 2 is because they run into problems, health problems physically, health problems mentally, or legal or financial problems. Reason number 3 people quit, the top reason, is because of finances. Not necessarily that the person can't afford the drug anymore, but because they realize that their money and their time and their energy is worth so much more than they're using it for at this current moment during active addiction. And those are the top 3 reasons why people often wake up one day and decide to quit. Now, if this video resonates with you, and if you're spending a significant amount of money on weed or nicotine or some other addictive substance, I would encourage you to check out the pinned comment, the link in my profile, or the video description, and consider joining the Livin' Weed Free in 2023 program. It's a 2-month program where I'm not only going to teach you how to quit smoking weed, and by teach you, I really mean guide you, hold you accountable, and introduce you to another community of people who are looking to quit, but I'm also going to go into detail about how I run this online business and how you can make money through the power of social media or online platforms. So this quitting weed program, you're getting a 2-for-1. You're getting the bonus check of quitting smoking weed, and then we're actually going to talk about what you can do with that money in the online space to turn it into more money, more influence, a better financial future for yourself. So check that out. I hope this video resonates with you guys. I'll see you in the pinned comment, the video description, or the link in my profile.